2 hours north of Perth in Gingin lies Green Gold Farm. Across 300 hectares, 50,000 olive trees are ready to harvest.
I named it Green Gold Farm because olives is green and I was hoping to get some gold out of it. It's also the national colours of Australia.
Cyril Sauzier has been a farmer for more than 40 years, but only recently so in Australia. He migrated to WA from Zimbabwe in 2002 after he was forced off his land by pro-Mugabe forces.
The longer you leave it on the tree, the less time it has to recover. Last year, the pickerel was matured a lot quicker.
After some successful harvest seasons, he hit hard times again and put Green Gold Farm up for sale in 2014.
There was one stage, maybe it was sort of 2004, when the banks were lending a lot of money, and then when you have your figures and people say, oh no, you know, if you process so many tons of olives and all that, you'll be able to do this and that. So on paper, it looked very promising, but in reality, it wasn't that at all. And this is where farming is a totally different animal. It's very easy to be a successful farmer on paper, but then when you've got to put that into reality, you've got to actually farm, and you've got the weather, and you're depending on so many factors to succeed.
Enter Mr. Li and Mr. Young. The business partners from China and Taiwan were on the hunt for an Aussie olive farm.
中国这个气候不太适应种橄榄油，但是呢，中国的需求量非常大。
They purchased Green Gold but wanted Cyril to stay on as farm manager. It's been a fruitful arrangement, with Cyril continuing to work on the property and oversee the production of olive oil that's exported by Mr. Li and Mr. Young as the brand organic oil.
It is a well-known lovely koalas and kangaroos.
It's marketed and sold in Taiwan, Malaysia and China, but not in Australia. Organic oil is expected to turn over $1 million by next year. There is growing demand for premium food products in countries like China and Japan. Western Australia's farms are a particularly attractive option for investors looking to learn from the locals. The Australia-China Business Council says cooperative joint ventures are becoming increasingly common.
It's a really fantastic model and allows the Australian farms, many of whom are still mum and dad owned, to retain their long-term interest in farming land.
Australian olive oil and indeed other products like wheat and wine have found a strong market overseas as China's middle class booms.
Thank you. They bring the bottles here, they bring the labels here. We bottle it in Australia, and they feel that when it goes to on the shelves in China or Taiwan and it says bottle in Australia, there's a security behind it, I believe.
Post-mining boom, the WA agriculture and food sector remains a significant source of employment, providing jobs for more than 30,000 West Australians. At Green Gold Farm, foreign ownership has brought stability for Cyril and his local workers. So how have you found dealing with an overseas owner?
No, I have really no regrets at all that I'm where I am today. It's a question of trust, of trusting people and working with them.
Small and medium-sized businesses are advised to seek external advice when looking to tap into overseas markets.
Whether that's technical advice, financial, legal or cross-cultural advice, I think if you're a small business, you need to partner up with the right people who can support you in those markets.
Farm manager Cyril has no plans to retire anytime soon and will be working with Mr. Li and Mr. Young on a second property as their olive oil ambitions grow.
因此，我们今年呢，又买了一个新的地呢，准备种植，目前的5倍大的面积，可能种植这边10倍大的树木，将来我们可以产更多的油来销到亚洲地区。
An olive tree's average lifespan is 500 years, making 300,000 trees quite the investment.
I couldn't see myself waking up in the morning and thinking, oh my Lord, what am I going to do today? It's great. I love it. Yeah.